Every time we go online now, John's loving this. Jon is absolutely loving this. He is just messing with us at this point. Like, you go online and he's like, I don't know what he's doing. He's wrestling with 10 guys in the pool. What's he doing over there in Thailand? Are they even... Look at Jon.
Hit the running man first.
Look at this guy. Loving it.
It's pretty funny.
In the rain.
That shit is not funny, Pete.
Also, is he wearing a cap? Why is he jumping into the pool wearing a cap? And then what's happening here?
You know yourself.
What is going on? Jon is just... This is retirement Jon.
You do know
Boys with a
yourself,
few cocktails.
Is he wearing a tank top? What's happening? What is going... Who are those guys, by the way?
They look... I don't know.
Is the shirt in the pool or the cap in the pool a crazier move?
I think diving with the cap is
It's
just
just a bunch
bizarre.
of ducks in the pool. What are you guys talking about?
Or whatever that is.
Oh,
Wow,
Frankie. Is that lad in the nip there that's recording at the side of the pool? With
What
the
is-
phone.
I don't know what that is.
That's like a
Oh,
DJI.
it's moving
Looks like he's
around.
not wearing any clothes.
What about the dude sitting on the edge over there just pondering life? You see him?
Yeah,
just
good
looking
look.
off into the distance?
Yeah.
Enjoying the view.
He's completely unfazed by all of this. Anyway, Tom comes out, and I think he did an interview. Who is it with? DJ? And he talks about how, all this kind of sucks. Tom's in a tough spot. I've been inactive for nearly a year, and I'm just being told to wait. I don't care about fighting Jon Jones. I just want to be the undisputed champion. By the way, I've been saying this from the beginning. Like, the Jon part is just a nice little item, but he just wants undisputed gold. Jon loving this. Shut your mouth and do as you're told. Oh, my God. The ultimate heel. Finally, at the very end of his career, he's playing up to it all. So the ultimate heel. And then yesterday, Tom teasing us with some big news. Heavyweight news coming. Look at that. Now, I think he clarified that he ain't announcing anything, and it's the UFC announcing his fights. But he joked that he was going to be defending his interim belt. I'm pretty sure. There it is. UFC announced my fights, guys. Not me. Sorry. I'm fighting for a new belt, interim of the interim BMF UFC heavyweight title, living my best life. I think in about a month or so, I think by International Fight Week, we'll know what's up. That's my new prediction. That's the new deadline.
Just a year. That's all that we'll lose.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for at this point?
I think they're holding out hope that they'll be able to convince him. I don't think.
Well, he's often.
I think he's done.
God knows where, doing videos. What are we doing here? Why are we waiting any longer on this?
I think there's no urgency. There's no need. They only really need Tom back by MSG, which sucks because he should be fighting earlier than that. He could probably fight twice before that, or at least once, and then MSG.
Fight one more time in November. Yeah.
I hope they start doing the old Floyd Patterson thing where they make him fight 5 lads in one night after this.
That'd be
been
great.
so long since we saw him. You know what I mean?
This heavyweight
Fucking hell.
division, he could do the top 10 pretty easily.
It's an unfortunate
Aspinall runs the
thing.
gauntlet.
I always think of like, okay, so Tom Aspinall wakes up on a Monday, right? And he's like, all right, work week, let's get it. Go to the gym, spar some dudes, do whatever he's got to do. And like, where's the motivation at that point?
Yeah, exactly.
You're just training for nothing. I mean, obviously you're training, you're staying in good shape, but everyone needs that thing, right? Everyone needs that light at the end. And it will come and he'll have his moment and I think he'll be undisputed champion. But yeah, this whole thing, very, very unfortunate. And honestly, could have been resolved in December. It could have been resolved in November. If they would have just said like, hey, you coming back? This is the fight. No? All right, we're moving on. Like Tom could have easily fought 3 times this year. Easily. When you consider the fact that his last fight was in July.
I don't think that's fair or accurate because there was hope. We've been out of hope. This Jon Jones thing has dragged way too long. Like
maybe Jon knew on the night he left MSG he was never fighting this guy.
No, he was playing coy. He did the thing in the cage where all of a sudden he flipped the script and was saying, "Show me the money." The moment it seems like Jon Jones got the offer and said, "No, I'm done. That's it. We're moving on. We are moving on. Tom Aspinall gets a fight. And if Jon Jones was to come back and fight for that belt when he's ready to return, great. If he doesn't, it's Tom's time." I think that was the turning point. I'm not ready to do the, December, we just move on right away, no Jon Jones. When there was still hope, fine. When the hope is gone, let's just, what are we delaying here for? The inevitable. It's nonsense. Give Tom an assignment.
Oh, yeah.
I think we talked about this last week. I do think that if they do move on, Tom becomes undisputed champion, he fights Gan, whatever, Jones will suddenly be like, oh, he'll start wanting to dip his toe again.
You think so?
Guarantee. Oh, I do. I really do.
Wow.
I think that's what Jones is like.
Could you imagine if Tom fought Gan and slips and falls and loses, and then Jon comes back to fight Gan again?
No,
What's
that
in
would be
that for
troll.
John?
Yeah,
Why
I
even
imagine.
come back? It's not
Nah,
going to be enough money.
Just to annoy all the Tom fans.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it'd be a great
it's
troll.
Good chance that happens. Yeah.
You think there's a chance?
No, I think Jones. I think Jones. I think he will start making noises about potentially fighting Aspinall, like after he becomes undisputed champion, having not fought Jones. Like,
Just
I
teasing
believe that will
us.
happen.
But with any real
I just think it's a
intention,
lot of bollocks. I don't. Maybe though.
It's like
because
Ilya and
that's
Islam.
the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that gets him up. Like, oh, they suddenly doubt me. Like
Right.
that's what he's like. If suddenly everyone's going, well, Tom Aspinall is the greatest heavyweight we've ever seen, and this type of shit tends to happen in this sport because we're full of recency bias. I think Jones suddenly gets excited
He's
and
been
says,
eating
"Why
like
not?"
2 years of that already, though. Like, what's going to change? The duck thing's been going forever
Well,
now.
what will change is he won't have the belt.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if he's done, he's done. Let's
Yeah.
just move on.
No.
I
No such thing as
truly
that
have
in
no
MMA.
idea what's going to happen at this point.
I feel pretty confident. Well, when you say you don't know what's going to happen, like you mean next or down the line?
Even next, like part of my brain still thinks that they might be able to make the fight
They're
happen.
going to swerve us.
I don't know. That's what I'm
I've been
saying.
done with it
I
since
have no idea
February.
what's going to happen. What makes you think we'll know by International Fight Week?
I'm just sort of putting that out
we're
there.
waiting too long at this point.
Well, they have
manifesting
pressure on them now more than ever. I think we had a little grace period where we're like, oh, this is John's fault, but there's only so much time that it can be John's fault for. Eventually, it comes back to the UFC. Should I get off the pot? You lads are meant to be in charge. Every other champion, you're stripping. Islam, Ilya, all these guys. Why is Jon Jones keeping the belt? And I think that's where we're at right now.
It will be interesting to see what Dana White says if they don't put it together. Because remember, end of the year, he said, I guarantee. And then he also said he had some like big thing that he was working on.
That was
Even
the
as
Turkey thing,
recently
was
as the announcement for Ilya versus Charles, he was on that Instagram Live being like, "Don't worry, guys, we're gonna announce it soon. It's gonna happen. We'll be announcing it shortly."
We're past worrying, buddy. We are past worrying.
I think this
I mean,
dude. I mean,
fucking hell.
Tom, the poor guy. Gosh.
Poor fans. Poor
Oh,
us.
poor fans. Yeah. In fairness, Tom has been sick a lot of this year. He said on his YouTube channel.
Sick of fucking waiting for Jon
Yeah,
Jones to
that's
sign the
true.
contract.
That's true.
Legit sick.
Oh yeah. On his YouTube channel, like he's had like a bad illness, like
Yeah, he's
for
been
a majority. He was
bad
like, it's actually kind
flus,
of working out that he isn't fighting right now.
Wow. Okay.
He would have fought with a flu though. He would have fought. Like,
I think
definitely would have fought.
he'd fight on his deathbed. I don't think he cares. He just wants that belt, man.
Well, I'll put it out there. I'll say in about a month's time we'll know the answer. Maybe a little, a little wishful thinking there, but
Cyril gone at MSG. If he beats him in the first round, then Volkov comes out.
Volkov, huh? That's the one.
I'm saying
Well,
two in one night.
Volkov,
Oh,
a lot of people-
2 in 1 night. That'd be crazy.
If they had rightfully scored it for Volkov in that fight, he would be the next in line.
Yeah.
I had
That's
Gan
true.
in the parlay that week. I was quite happy that he got
by the
he got
hair on
nod.
our ass.
That would
I
be
didn't deserve it. Yeah, he
crazy.
didn't deserve it.
I hope at least to make him feel a little better. Like, all right, you'll fight at MSG, and then March you'll defend if you win in the UK.
Love
You know
that.
what I mean?
You'll headline MSG
And then
or the Undisputed,
yes.
and then
Back to the
you
OC.
get,
Good.
you get to go headline.
Someone asked me this question. Don't they owe him 3 fights? You know how Dana always says, like, we owe these guys 3 fights? And I've always said that that's kind of BS. Like, no one's holding them to that.
There's barely 3 fighters in the heavyweight division at this point.
But it is a funny thing, right? Because they always say, like, oh, we owe these guys 3 fights. I'm pretty now. I bet what they'll say is like, we'll give you a fight. We'll give you a fight if you want to fight
Exactly.
for the interim. But we'll give it to you if you want. But you.
It's time to put silver on the line, like you said. We
Yeah.
need a BMF belt in the heavyweight division.
Interim BMF. That would be if they ever do an interim BMF. I think I'm out.
We're cooked.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
I wouldn't rule it out, honestly.
But we'll see. We'll see. So he tweeted May 28th. That's tomorrow. Let's see what this big news is. What was the one that John had, by the way? His big news?
Ketone Plus?
Progress for Patients. Power to the Patients, which I saw an ad
saw
for
an
when I
ad
was
for
in DC.
What is it for? Is like free healthcare?
Yeah, it's like not getting taken advantage of by insurance. Yeah. I saw Big Jon Jones flex, and I was just like,
Man of the
Big
people.
Jon Jones. And then it was Power to the Patients. I was like, hell yeah.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.